All right. Shalom. This is Brother Yahawashi. Uh, Coming again with another video through the Spirit. First off, I want to give all praise to Yahawah by Yahawashi, by Barak. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect teaching this word in sincerity and truth. Shalom. So, I'm gonna try to make this this video short. I'm sure I say that. I've been saying that a lot, but just a video concerning women and how over here on this side your woman is not with you. Okay, she's not, she's not with you on this side because this is their time to have freedom, to have freedom to they're basically their time to rule, and the so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom in the scriptures, gives them the power to rule and to basically do whatever they want, through these different philosophies such as feminism, this is, and to just here on this side, man, women have more rights than men, right? More opportunities than men. That's why, when you're on the job, 9 times out of 10, your boss is going to be a woman. Your manager is going to be a woman, right? And, according to the scriptures, a woman shouldn't usurp authority over a man. But here on this side, it's going to happen because we're living in this, this wicked kingdom, right? And it just your woman has on this for brothers who do have women, your woman has more rights and freedom to do basically whatever she wants over here. So if your woman's pleased to dwell with you, you should dwell in wisdom with her, understanding that she's the weaker vessel and that she's gonna be rebellious at times and do things that are unpleasant, so to speak, but as long as she's not getting in the way of what you have to do for Yahawah Yahawashi and do for this truth in the ministry, you shouldn't put her away, All right, so the first scripture I want to get here is let me see here, Proverbs 31:10. It says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies." Right? And living here in this society, man, most of these women, almost all of these women, are not virtuous. They're not pious, like Hannah or Sarah. They and you can't completely trust in them to do the right thing because they are the weaker vessel, and it's easier for demons to hop on them and get them to do just off things, Verse 11, "The heart of the husband doth safely trust in her, so that she have no need of spoil." Right? And like I was saying, you cannot completely trust your woman, right? Because they're the weaker vessel, man. They don't really they're not as strong in the mind as a man, and that's just that's just how the Lord Lord made it. That's just how it is. Right. And notice in verse 10 of Proverbs 31, it says, who can find a virtuous woman? It's a question, right? So, not to say that there aren't women who are learning in the truth and that believe, not to say that this is applying to every woman, but most women are faithless, and they they're just wicked. Let me get this next scripture here, as I was talking about earlier, and hopefully through the Spirit, I'm making sense. And, this is edifying. It says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, right? Which, this so-called white man is like a child, He's like a child just running rampant, no order, or the order that he has is just wickedness, Children are their oppressors, and women rule over them, right? Just as I was saying before, your boss, she's a woman, right? Women in these who's high up in these businesses, right? Making more money than men. Women rule over them because this place has more rights for women than it does men. Right? Let me get this next scripture here. And, for brothers who do have women, who do have a woman, and she's pleased to dwell with you, and she's gonna just gotta understand that she's she's not gonna you're gonna have, as Apostle Paul said, you're gonna have trouble in the flesh. Your woman is not gonna always be completely obedient, as it does say in the scriptures that women should be in obedience to their husbands. They're not going to be completely obedient. They're going to go off. They're going to do all these different things that quite frankly is just going to make you angry because it ain't right. But like I said before, as long as she's not being so irritating that you can't focus on the truth, or so distracting that she can't focus on the truth, as long as it's not that, or she she doesn't make a serious offense like adultery, then you shouldn't put her away. You got to deal with her, and we'll get that, Lord willing, in a moment here. It says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor to the wife as unto the weaker vessel. So the woman is the weaker vessel, Hey, going back to the account of Adam and Eve, who was the first one to go off, right? By accepting these different, by accepting, partaking in, a different philosophy other than the ways of Yahawashi in the Garden of Eden. Right? It was Eve. It was the woman. Right? And then she brought it to Adam the man, but she was the first one to go off. Right? So the woman is the weaker vessel. So it's going to be a lot easier for her to go off, and it's going to be a lot easier for demons to hop on your woman. All right, but that's the point I wanted to get in there, and here we're gonna go to 1 Corinthians chapter 7, and verse 27. So saying before, if you have a woman, not saying that, uh, uh, oh, she's doing this and she's doing that. You should just not deal with her. As long as she's not interfering with your relationship and the things you have to do for the ministry and Yahawashi, then you should still deal with your woman. It says 1 Corinthians 7:27. Art thou bound to a wife? Right? This is advice from the Apostle Paul, which was a eunuch, meaning he didn't deal with women, right? Which there's a benefit in that, right? It says, art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed, right? So if you have a wife, try not to be loose from your wife. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife, right? And if you don't have a wife, it is better for you not to try and, if you don't have a woman, it's better for you not, try to have a woman. It says, especially in this truth, man. It says, but if thou marry, thou hast not sinned, right? And marry means to have sex, right? If thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall be troubled in the flesh, but I spare you, right? So that's the point right there. Nevertheless, such shall be troubled in the flesh. So if you do have a woman and you're a man of the Lord, in the truth, if you do have a woman, you're gonna have trouble. You're gonna have trouble, and I'm a new brother, still a babe, and I'm starting to see, what the elders, Elder Apostle Gabar and Tahar, Rayam, I'm starting to see what the elders and and the other brothers are saying. I'm starting to experience it now from experience. So if you do have a woman, you're gonna be troubled in the flesh. Demons may hop on her. You arguing with her. Hop on her, make she's just being straight up rebellious. And yeah, you just gonna have trouble in the flesh dealing with these. If you have a woman, it says, and then here at the end it says, but I spare you. It says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short, right? Which the time is short. We already see all these prophecies coming to pass. It says, it remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. So even though you have a wife, you don't really have time for her. You don't really have time for her. Hey, going between you make your daily bread. Work. Other little things you got to do, and then the truth, man, is like you would barely have time for a woman. And it says and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoiced not, and they that buy as though they possess not, right? Because the time is short, because the kingdom is fastly approaching, man. It says, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away, right? So even though you have a woman, it's going to be like, it's going to be like you don't have a woman, because you're hastening the day of the Lord. It says, but I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord, right? So if you don't have a wife, you're going to be more into the truth, more into this ministry, how he may please the Lord, right? You're going to be worried about how you can please Yahawashi. It says, but he that is married for but he that is married careth careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife, right? And if you got a wife, you're gonna, try to make sure, oh, your wife is straight, she want to go to dinner, taking her to dinner, different things like she want to go to the grocery store, go shopping with her, this and that, which ain't nothing wrong with that, just gotta be balanced about it. It says there is a difference also between the wife. Oh, Salakia. Let me see here. There's some more beautiful points in here. All right, this is 1 Corinthians 7:35. And this I speak for your own profit, right? So for our benefit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, right? And it says that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction, right? And if you have a woman, you 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be distracted, if you have a woman. No, not to say that that's every woman, who know, some brothers may have a situation where they don't have as much, a bunch of distractions with, when it comes to women, right? But they might be troubled in other areas when it comes to women, But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely towards his virgin, Salakia. But yeah, that's the point right there, that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. So, just like I was saying before, as long as she's not distracting you from this truth or interfering heavily to where you can't do what you got to do, then you should highly consider, you should just not deal with that woman if she's getting in the way of Yahawashi, in this ministry, in this truth, but that's it. That's just a quick video through the spirit. Lord willing, I was edifying and I made sense in this video. Once again, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Harakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the hopeful elect pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.